So there are different ways of watering your plants. You can water from the top or you can bottom water. Um, just for starting seeds, I like to water it entirely through, and then to rehydrate them, I like to bottom water them. Now, if you're new to my channel and you hear the whining in the back, I just want to let you know it's my dog. Unfortunately, it was her time of the year, and that is why she was crying. She was very uncomfortable. We do have her in a cage. We could put a diaper on, and we've tried to put a diaper on, but unfortunately, she doesn't like to keep it on. So we had to resort to putting her in her cage in the meanwhile. So in case you do hear any whining, it is definitely my dog in the background somewhere wanting some type of attention. That's what happens when you have a Staffordshire. So you want to make sure that the water is getting all the way through. Just gonna let these sit. Now these are pretty much fully watered. Spinach. Oh no, you see some of these are kind of like coming up, so we don't want that. Now let's talk about these seed mats. As you can see, these mats will take whatever form you leave them in once they're cold. And then as they start to heat up, that's when they'll go ahead and kind of flatten out. But in the beginning, it will be a little tricky for you to be able to put the plants on there. They're about 20 inches long and about 10 inches wide, and I was able to fit about 5 seed trays going down plus 2 on the side in the opposite direction, so about 7 trays on each mat. I did see that there was a good amount of germination. However, of course, you do have to water it a little bit more often because you're getting the heat from the bottom of the tray from the mats. These mats I actually got from Amazon. It was a gift. I believe in the packet comes 2 or 3, and it even comes with like a little carry-on bag that's like velvety, so you can wrap it up at the end of the season and store it away. I use it also in the summer for, let's say, my sourdough or for my kombucha, things like that. So I pretty much use at least one of them year round. All the other ones, I go ahead and I put them away. One thing I really do enjoy about this mat is the fact that it tells you how many days of germination some of the plants could take. Like lettuce will take 3, cabbage will take 4, squash will take 7 to 10 days, and then also the mat is designed to raise the rooting area temperature to about 10 to 20 degrees higher than what the average ambient temperature is, which is pretty cool. In my head, it's the last day of the pantry challenge, even though it's not the last day of the month. We started this pantry challenge on Monday, and we've done 4 full weeks. Here you're gonna see me use a couple zip ties to kind of tie the tops of the bins that I had. I decided to put it on top of the dog cage since I really don't have a place that we don't eat on to be able to place seed mats and seeds and things like that. So I just decided to put it on top of her cage, and then also with the heat mat providing heat, it could also maybe help her feel a little bit better. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm actually going to cover the tops of these with just some regular dry dirt. And the reason I do this is because I don't want gnats to kind of come and, you know, be on the soil and then we have more gnats kind of thing. So I kind of want to keep the top nice and dry while the bottom stays nice and moist. And then over time you'll see that the heat from the heat mat will dry out the plants, and then you go ahead and water them from the bottom, not from the top. And it doesn't have to be much, it just has to be enough to cover the ground. I thought I was gonna have enough dirt. Now, as you can see, I was fighting with this mat to be able to straighten it out. But once it gets warm enough, it'll take its form and it'll be nice and flat. And then I can remove the dry beans that I put on top of it. I just needed something with a little bit of weight. So within a couple hours, I'll go ahead and I'll remove that. Now, let me tell you, this was a big mistake. I did not think that adding or sprinkling some type of dirt on top of the seedlings after I planted them was going to take such a toll. But let me tell you, I planted about 84 different little pods, and out of the 100% that I planted, about 20% germinated. And as I'm watering it and I see that there's like no germination, I was kind of confused because there was a thick layer of dirt that was kind of like capped on top of the actual seedling that was trying to grow, but it wasn't like breaking through the top layer. And I didn't realize why that happened. I'm like, why do they all have like this weird layer of dirt on top of each other? Well, this is the reason why. I went back and actually added dirt on top, which is an additional layer, and the seedlings could not break through that layer. So what I recommend is do not add dirt, but instead add cinnamon or add something that'll deter gnats, like vermiculite. I'm getting a lot of rocks in the compost, but it's fine. I'll just remove them. Well, thank you guys for joining me on this journey. Some things I am knowledgeable about, some things I am still learning, but this is what the journey's for, right? So I'll see you on the next one.